In this episode of Negative Modifier, we'll be playing the game Delta Green. Delta Green, by design, tackles various mature themes that may be uncomfortable or triggering for listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hey, it's Charlie, Negative Modifier's Game Master. First off, thank you for giving us a listen. As always, expect something horrible to happen to the players. If you're a fan, support us by leaving a review on iTunes. If you hate the show, consider doing it anyway and enjoying the fact that you've inflicted us on someone else. For the most up-to-date news in the podcast, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And with that... approach the door?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you approach the door. It really does look like you could just slide the entire thing up and off its hinges pretty easily. The online clue was pretty self-explanatory. You going to shine the flashlight through the grate to see what's beyond it, or just going to pop it and then look?
Oh, yeah. We'll take a look first.
Yeah, so beyond it, like just at the edge of your flashlights, you do kind of see a mound of something. Maybe it's a body, maybe it's there's kind of some trash that wound up down here, but at this distance you can't quite tell. It's just kind of a pile of something.
Anything else of note? Like left or right? Or
not that you're seeing at novice, just kind of glancing through.
We all focus our flashlights onto that one thing, see if we can just flood it with as much light as we can. Get a better view of it.
Sure. At this range, it's not going to yield a lot of details, though. Again, like it's flashlights in the dark.
Gotcha.
You're kind of seeing a mound-shaped thing that maybe it's clothing, maybe it's like just fabric around something. Again, like without more context, you really can't tell what you're looking at.
Gotcha. Then I guess we'll pull the door off its hinges and take another look. You know, like take a step in and swing the flashlights around.
All right, see a strength check, and I'll even let you guys kind of pair together on this one if you want.
All right. So I'll assist with it then?
Yeah. I guess how many people are doing this?
I guess it's me and oh my god, I can't believe it.
Foxtrot and Francis.
Yeah, we already rolled 2 successes so far.
All right, so let's take that. Let's run that again. So we're doing. I'll give you credit for that though. So you're gonna try and pull the thing off its hinges, Foxtrot.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, it goes pretty easily. You just kind of push up and it pops off. It's in this kind of like little spiky one, so it slides up with a loud groaning sound, but then it comes off kind of thing. I've set off to one side. It's much more rusted than heavy at this point, and yeah, you have access.
Yeah, you know, we sort of now that we can like lean in and we sort of shine the flashlight up, down, all around, see if there's anything like immediately before we take a step in.
Nothing immediate, no.
Gotcha. Well,
as I could say, if you want me to, I can make a quick dash up there and see what that is. I think I'm the fastest out of everyone.
We should take it real slow.
Copy that.
Better for like half lane, we can see what it is before we turn and run. I don't want you up there by yourself.
Copy that.
Florence, we're going in now.
Sounds good. Holler if you need anything. I'll get my shotgun.
So you're going to go all the way back to the car and get the shotgun?
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess we'll wait for Florence to come back?
Well, actually, how far is it?
It's a walk. It'll take some time to go back and forth. It's not like a quick jog back.
No, she'll just stay out there.
All right.
That's fine.
Did you bring the roofing torches with you?
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine so if we're going this far in.
Sure.
I also do happen to have my 2 makeshift Molotovs.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Well, all Molotovs are makeshift, so never mind. 2 Molotovs.
It's a military grade Molotov.
It's called napalm.
So just to confirm here, we've got the roofing torches, we've got 2 Molotovs, and then Florence, you've got your shotgun. Or does Florence not have the shotgun?
No, she's got a torch as well.
Okay.
Okay, but Florence is standing at the entrance. Our marching order is gonna. I'll say marching order, but so it'll be unless someone else wants to take point. I'll take point.
I'll watch out.
I'll cover the.
You're gonna cover rear.
Yeah, I'll cover the rear.
All right, and then you can, if you want to, keep eyes, sort of forward but up and below as well.
Gotcha. We'll do.
Unless the ceiling's like, we're talking like 8 feet.
Let's also be mindful. We've got a bunch of flammable equipment, and we don't know how tight this is going to end up being. Be mindful and not set ourselves on fire or ignite anything with us.
Right. Well, remember, we're gonna run at the first sign of pretty much anything more than a corpse, right? So I guess we'll sort of do the military shuffle through the tunnel towards the mound. But we're as soon as we can get to like a range of where our flashlights will accurately illuminate it, we'll stop.
All right, cool. Should I head in?
Now just to clarify, is this like once we open the door, is it straight on or is it like a left right?
Straight on for a while. As far as your flashlights go, it's straight on.
Gotcha. Yeah, then we'll military style shuffle forward.
Right. Yeah, so you creep in slowly. You give it half the distance there, and it definitely looks like this thing is a body of some kind. It's kind of huddled up on the ground. You can't tell if it's alive or dead at this distance, but it's definitely kind of fetal position, maybe. But kind of more importantly, beyond it, you see the remnants of what looks almost like silver tape hanging from your left side of this tunnel. It's not covering it. You kind of see this weird, almost fluttery paper-like stuff stuck to the wall.
You like tinsel, or like are you talking like streamers?
Both are actually pretty accurate descriptions. Like it's not like one consistent texture of thing. It's just kind of something almost shiny, fluttering, and a slight draft coming through this place. It's not much of it, but it's not from where you're standing. You can't see that much. But you do kind of see the occasional length of it just kind of slowly moving in whatever little breeze comes through here.
Gotcha. Now, do we hear anything different? Do we smell anything different other than the corpse?
So you don't smell corpse, actually.
Do we hear anything?
No, not yet.
Coming from further down?
No.
Should we keep going? Get a little closer to the corpse?
Do we call out to it? We haven't confirmed whether or not it's dead.
Does it look pretty dead? I mean, we're probably like 50 feet away from it.
Give or take.
It is huddled up on what's it called? It'll feel at a fetal position. Whether or not this person is just trying to preserve heat, or whether or not this person is dead.
Do we see like flies buzzing around it?
No.
I think we should get a little closer before we call out to it.
Good idea. Guess we're moving forward.
Yeah, we'll continue shuffling forward.
Let's move.
All right, so you get a little closer. We'll say you're like 20 feet away from it now, give or take. This thing still has not reacted, I guess. And you're almost aiming your flashlights at it the entire way, right?
I mean, we're probably going back and forth between the hallway,
Sure.
the body, the silver tinsel.
Okay, so it's the tinsel and the body that you keep alternating back and forth from, right?
I mean, the tinsel's like how much further down from the body?
Like 10, 15 feet. It's not that far back from it.
I mean, this is what, like a 8 foot by 8 foot hallway? Like, no. So I mean, yeah, our flashlights probably realistically illuminate the whole entire thing. So I mean, we'll probably focus back and forth, but we'll also do like a sweep every now and again of the hallway.
Yeah. So give me an alertness check while you're doing this.
Sure. Bam, 79 success.
29 success out of 64.
All right, so kind of you both from way deep down in the dark kind of thing. You hear kind of shuffling, then faster shuffling, then almost running coming down towards you. If you had to guess, it probably sounds like one or two things coming at you.
And we're like 80-ish feet from the door that we came from.
Give or take.
And now behind us, has he noticed anything?
We run an alertness on that.
Who's behind you? I guess Francis.
I'm covering the back end.
Yeah.
I suspect you two had pointed this out to him, right?
No, I'm sorry. I meant yeah. Oh, absolutely. I would have said something. And also, I think Faustus got the success as well, so he noticed it. But I mean, does Foxtrot? Is there anything changed behind us? Because his flashlights still hit the door.
No.
If anything.
Okay. So I don't need to do an alertness check then because I'm in the back?
Nothing's behind you as far as you can tell.
Okay.
I start backing up a little bit, and do you hear that? We should pull back.
We should go.
All right. I start shuffling back, heading towards the door.
Oh no! I'm like, let's move. I start running.
All right. Well, then I'm booking it too.
Can I point my flashlight at the noise?
Ken?
Yeah, like I guess. So we're doing like so this sprinting, or is it like a run towards us, or is it more of like a fast
It
shuffle?
sounds like a run by the time by this point, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I say we'll sprint back to the door and turn around and see if we can hold that.
Copy that.
I'm just running.
All right, so you all run back to the door?
Yep.
Everyone give me athletics checks that's running.
Yeah, baby. I'm at a 60%.
Oh no.
10% on that, baby.
No.
Oh no.
All right, so I got good news and I got bad news.
Now, this is only 80 feet that we're from the door.
Yep.
So it's not like I'm not talking Olympic sprint here. Like where this is a very reasonable distance for a U.S. Marshal.
Are we experiencing the 5 stages of grief in a bad roll right now? This is the bargaining side of it.
Did I say that I did? Oh no, it's not a critical. Damn. 1 point off with that.
Yeah, Father Faustus and Foxtrot both got successes, and Francis got a failure.
A real curse of being point man.
So you've made this failure into something a lot worse than it's actually going to be. So you all do successfully make it back, but kind of as you're getting to the door, whatever's been chasing you hits into Agent Francis with some force. Give me a dex check.
Oh no. Yeah, success.
All right, cool. So you get knocked through the door. You kind of stumble some, but don't fall to the ground. And there are now things, but there are 2 things. One of them just hit you, kind of thing. Didn't do any damage necessarily. Just kind of like checked your body almost. You gotta look at them. What's the plan?
So since I got knocked through the door, I'm just gonna keep going.
All right, so all the way outside.
Florence.
Yeah, Florence will shine her light down there. Can she see what's going on?
All right, yeah. So what you see it's 2 people, but they are ungodly pale. Maybe their eyes are a little bit red. Maybe there's some kind of like fluid leaking out of their mouths. If they're not walking corpses, they are walking unbelievably sick people.
Oh, do they have a bug attached to their neck?
Not that you can tell on a quick glance, but
Yeah, she says it's just people.
they don't like the light, for the record. They see the flashlight and like snarl at it almost and start advancing forward.
Yeah, she'll like kind of take a step in and just shine the flashlight and waiting for them.
Yep. All right, so what are people's dexterities?
15.
13.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm last.
Francis is also 13.
So what is your dexterity from Florence?
8.
You're not dead last. Congratulations.
Oh, that's a first.
Yeah. All right, so our 15 is up first. So, Agent Faustus, you're up. What are you going to do?
When Florence shined her light onto the people, were we able to see the fact that they were like looking pale and kind of like fluid dripping out of their mouth?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. I take a shot up at the closest one.
Are you going to just normal shot or are you going to do an aimed shot?
Normal
a called shot, more accurately. All right, let's see that firearm roll.
Is that a 60? So here it goes. 65%. What the fuck?
Shot goes wide. All right, who's up next? Oh, wait, no. Francis got knocked. Yeah, let's do Agent Foxtrot first.
Okay. I'm gonna take well, quick question. How far am I, since I didn't get knocked down and all that, how far am I in relation to these things?
You're through the door. I'll say you can be up to 20 feet away from the door if you so wish.
Okay. I want to take aim shots.
All right, so that's a minus 20 to your shot. What are you doing? Shooting for the head?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's see it.
You said minus 20?
Yep.
I rolled a 61 failure.
Just a barely fail. Yeah, so shot goes wide. These things are kind of advancing towards you. Francis, you're up.
I'm gonna take a normal shot at whichever one knocked me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so that hits. Let's see that damage.
Is it a 1d10 for a pistol? Medium
yeah,
pistol?
I think it's 1d8 or 1d10. You have a larger medium pistol.
It's medium.
That's
Medium
D8.
is 1d10.
Is it 1d10 for that?
Yeah,
large is
light's
1d12.
1d8.
You're right.
Medium's
1d10.
1d10. Yeah.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Give me that 10, baby.
All right, so one of them, the shot just hits hard, and like a big gaping hole is just ripped through this thing. And it definitely noticed that, but it's not really perturbed by it. It's still kind of coming at you slowly. Lawrence, you're up.
How far away are these things?
You're kind of in the middle of the room, right?
I stepped like right into the doorway of the entrance to this structure.
Like 100 feet away, give or take.
Oh, fuck me. She will start her run over there.
Just a rules clarification. Since we are close range, we ought to get plus 20% to hit, right?
Yes, I suppose you would in this case, yeah. You'll have that from now on moving forward. It was kind of the post-running thing I was taking it away for.
No worries.
Yeah, Florence just starts running towards the standing fight now.
All right, guy with the propane tank and stuff?
Yeah.
All right, cool. One of these things is going to advance on Agent Francis. One that he shot, admittedly. And it's going to kind of swing at him and miss wildly. Second one is going to... you stayed in place as well, Agent Foxtrot, more or less, right? You're taking a shot at it?
Well, I was further away from Francis, wasn't I? Because he fell over and I kept going, right?
He got knocked. He didn't get knocked all the way down. Like I guess like you made it to the door, maybe a little bit past the door. Like, did you fall back as part of your turn, or are you kind of still there taking shots at it?
Well, after I got out, I noticed when he had fell over, so I turned back and took my
you're
shots.
Still that kind of that rough distance of it. It's gonna take a swing at you, and it clumsily falls over as part of trying to strike you. It's not very good at moving as a human would, but also now that so you're still in the dark. So anyone kind of point a flashlight at this, you have a better look at it.
Well, Florence had her flashlight shining over there. That's how we know what they look like.
She got a quick glance at it. Has anyone tried to train a flashlight on this thing yet?
I mean, like, not in action of combat.
Sure.
Yeah. Not in action of combat.
All right, we're back to the top. So, Faustus, you're up.
I'm going to imagine if I shine my flashlight at it, it's going to... I won't be able to do any kind of actions outside of it?
No, you can.
Okay, cool. So, kind of in old... I guess... military training or whatever.
That kind of akimbo thing where it's that grip where it's the flashlight and the gun.
Yeah. I swing my arm forward, holding the flashlight in reverse so that way I can see, and I kind of like layer my firing arm over it so that way I could point my flashlight at whatever I'm shooting. Do I get a better look at what these things look like?
Unfortunately, yes. So I'm assuming everyone's looking at these things.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone give me a sand check.
Okay.
How well can Florence see?
It's pretty well illuminated now.
swinging
Like it's
down?
got a flashlight aimed directly at it.
3 success. 3 out of 80.
The success squad.
39 out of 50.
26 out of 47. All successes, looks like.
No one takes sand damage. These things are just kind of horrific. They are some... If you didn't know about, you'd say they're almost like old school zombies almost. Like it's almost a stereotypical zombie of some sorts. They just look diseased or dead. It's surprising they don't smell though. I'll give you that. But yes, you're going to shoot at it now, Agent Faustus?
Yeah. Faustus just kind of mumbles under his breath, "Oh, Lord, help you," and takes a shot at it.
All right.
With close range, that's plus 20?
Yeah.
%?
Well, are you going to call it shot? You're shooting at it normal.
Oh, just shooting at normal. And I failed?
Oh, dude.
Another shot goes wide.
95.
Agent Foxtrot, you're up.
Okay. So if I take an aim shot, it's plus 20.
It's just it'll be a net normal at that point.
Okay. Are there any modifiers if you happen to hit, like, if I was aiming for the torso as opposed to the head? Is there anything?
That's the point of an aim shot.
That?
Okay. Yeah, you're calling where you're hitting, try to hit it, or a called shot. I guess more accurately.
When he shined the flashlight on them, did anything seem weird about these zombos?
So the fact they're zombies, nothing at quick glance.
You said earlier that they don't like the light. So when he shined,
they snarl that. They don't. It's not like they're not reacting to it negatively. They just don't like the light.
Huh. I'm gonna take a shot at the one that was closest to Francis because he was closer to one than me.
Sure.
The other one stumbled.
Yeah, it's on the ground.
Yeah.
The other one's also got a big hole in it, so it's probably easier to get that kill.
This is a called shot, or is this a normal shot?
Just gonna take a normal shot. So what do I do with
20
the shot?
then?
Do I just plus 20? Well, if that's the case.
All right, let's see that damage.
All right, and was it 1d10?
Yep.
For a medium, yep.
All right, so one of these things just splatters with the gunfire coming out into it. It's got two big holes. It kind of finally gives out whatever's giving it motion. Kind of fails at this point. Agent Francis, you're up.
Okay, now, I want to do a called shot, but I don't want a metagame here. I want to make a called shot for their neck, but I don't want a metagame. That's okay with you.
Okay. That's probably a called shot on the head at that point, but yeah.
Yeah, I know that we went for the neck protection.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
So success.
All right, yeah, that hits, and it just kind of stops moving altogether at that hit. Like it's whatever was puppeting this thing or keeping it going. You hit it.
Now, did I hit it in the head or the neck?
You got a called shot on the neck, right?
Yeah, I aimed specifically for the neck.
And
if it
it's
matters.
the neck.
Looks like the neck's the new head.
So I'm going to yell at Francis to back the fuck away from that thing. Just so we can get, Yeah, because it stopped, but, Yeah, so...
You also kind of blew the head off the body some. Like a bullet shot to the neck will more or less sever whatever's in there, give or take. Like this thing did fall over on its face kind of thing. You shot it in the back of the spine. It's not much left in the neck at this point.
Okay.
So they're not moving right now, right?
No, one of them you shot to death, and this one you've managed to... Whatever you did, shooting it in the neck seems to have been really effective.
The one that's...
I was probably going to do the same thing you were going to do if you want to go ahead and do it.
I was going to say, the one that it's on the ground, I kind of want to flip over. If it's not already on its stomach, I want to flip over to kind of check the neck. It's kind of like kicking it over,
So the one you shot to death, though, not the one you blew the neck off of, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got that... it's got the kind of telltale, almost stab mark on the back of the neck that Florence found earlier on the sample.
Florence, get up here!
She's like trying to run with her limp.
Carrying a propane tank.
Mm-hmm. And I think when she sees it, she kind of like takes a minute to look back out towards the entrance with her wrist over her mouth and kind of takes a couple of deep breaths before turning back around.
I'm going to keep my gun pointed towards the door where we originally came through that had these monsters, just in case.
Sure.
I'm going to zip my flashlight around the room, see whether or not there's still, if it's not on the person's neck, if there's anything else that's going to be like that, or flying around. And Faustus kind of asks, do these things burrow into the neck, or are they just kind of like on the neck?
I saw it on the neck. Hold on. She's going to put on some gloves.
Sure.
Double glove, and take a syringe out and just jab it into one of these necks and take a sample. We also have to burn the bodies. They use organs as the reproductive means.
Give me a medicine check on that stab.
Sure. 47 out of 50.
Yeah.
Success.
So you're going to pass that anyways, more kind of what you got out of it I was looking for. So yeah, you kind of stab in and you hear just kind of a squelch sound, and you're pretty sure you hit that weird kind of sack you saw in the previous sample, and it pulls out that same weird green liquid. But as you're pulling it out, you realize until you stabbed it, the thing in the neck was still alive.
Oh shit!
So she got it. She killed it.
Yeah, it made like a screeching noise as you stabbed into it.
Lawrence, there's another body inside the tunnel still. We haven't verified whether or not that was alive or whether or not they were dead. But these two started running towards us.
There might be more.
These are all vectors, so they're trying to spread whatever this is. We're gonna have to contain the area and do a full sanitization.
I want to do a quick search. Are there any cameras at all in this area that we're in?
There's no.
No? Okay. How about we toss these Molotovs in there and we call it?
No.
We can't.
We got to go deeper. We have to get the whole thing.
This could end the city if we don't deal with it. I mean, look at. Did you check the other body, the second one that you shot dead? I just killed what was ever in the neck of that one.
Listen, its neck is in pieces, but you should still take a look. Listen, we got to call our handler. This could be huge. You know that the four of us aren't going to be able to handle this. We might want to report this immediately.
There's been a sickness going around. I can quarantine the area, keep people out, if Pine approves it.
True. Here, I'm the fastest one that's gonna be in this. I can run back and just toss the Molotov back at that heap.
No, I think it's even deeper than that. There could be a whole nest of them.
Yeah, but we don't know whether or not that's gonna activate or anything else of sort. Whether or not it's already dead and just turning into apparently like a egg sac or egg incubator.
Before we start burning bodies, we should go up and make sure that the thing in the neck is dead on that one. In case the fire alerts anything else in here. We just need to be ready. We're also going to have to reinforce those doors before we leave, I think. You're right, Faustus. Let's move forward, and you guys can cover me while I'm checking out the body.
Copy that. I'm gonna go make this call to Miss Pine.
Ask her about the quarantine.
Gotcha.
I will stand over. I'll stand over Dr. Florence and just kind of eye out with my flashlight trailed down the tunnel.
Yeah, Florence will use the end of the tarring torch to poke the body.
This is the one that you blew the neck off of, correct? Not the one farther down the tunnel?
I think this is the one farther down the tunnel.
Okay, so you've gone all the way down there. Sorry. Okay, yep. So that one, so as you're now close enough to actually fully see it, and it's just bloated. Like it's inflated to maybe 2 or 3 times its normal size, almost like a Michelin Man type of effect. It's definitely a body, though.
Yeah, she immediately hands over the torching to one of the 2 shooters and says, "All right, burn it." Bloated? Wait, okay, really fast. Bloated is in like decomposed bloated or
inflated?
Yes. Burn it. And she starts walking out of the tunnel.
You want to check out the silver stuff or nah?
Oh yeah, check that stuff out.
Yeah, we'll check that out before she goes.
All right, cool. So as you get closer, like it's almost like a web of some kind. You have biology, correct?
Yeah.
What's the biology at?
50.
Yeah, so that's definitely enough to kind of get an idea of what this is. You've never seen anything like this before, but like as you get closer, this membrane almost, it definitely appears to be organic of some kind, almost like something was weaving a web or a cocoon or something like that. But mostly what you can tell is it looks like something pulled itself off the wall or was pulled off the wall by something. And as you're looking at the ground, there is a kind of trail of something that leads deeper into the tunnel. As though something was dragged and left like a small like line of slime almost. It's not dry, but it's definitely not new either.
Can she scoop like a small sample of the slime into
absolutely.
vial?
Absolutely.
Hope you don't mind if I steal your thunder with some of these tests, but I'm going to see whether or not this is flammable. I grab the little torch and I just start like waving it over the slime. Is it like reacting to the fire by any chance?
Just waving it over, it won't do much. You're going to try torching the slime, though, or just kind of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Waving it over, and then I'll start torching the slime.
Yeah, so waving it over, no, but when you actually get the flame in contact with it, it lights up hard and just kind of shoots off into the dark, and you actually have a flaming trail extending deeper into this weird space.
So does that light up the room then? Like, since it was pretty dark to begin with, it lights up the room pretty brightly?
Yeah, but it burns off pretty quick, too. It's not a ton of it. Like, it's just kind of like a coating almost.
Is there any sound in response to that deeper in the...
No, but as best you can tell, like just based on kind of the falling off of the light, it goes a distance deep.
All right. Burn the bodies. We're going to go outside. We're going to regroup and talk about how to deal with this.
Grab a couple samples of the fresh corpses.
Yeah, she'll do that as well.
I'll start my way back here and then kind of move on up. I'm going to light the slime, the membrane, and then the bloated corpse.
All right.
Hey, if this thing is full of gas, I highly suggest y'all get out of here first before anything else. You don't want death soup just kind of splattered on you.
Yeah, she's long out of there. Actually, really fast, she's going to make sure that the gooey membranes of the one that was shot in the neck is also destroyed.
All right. Just burn bodies at this point?
Yeah, I'm following along with them, but I'm keeping my gun drawn as like a just in case, since they're burning bodies and all that.
Makes sense. All right, so let's do this in order. So, Faustus, you're going to start burning the body in the tunnel, the kind of weird bloated one. The other two of you are going to kind of light the bodies up that were in the, we'll call it like the entry room or the receiving room, for lack of a better phrase. Is that the plan so far?
Yeah.
Correct. All right, cool. Yeah, the bodies outside, the bodies in the kind of the entry room, those burn up pretty quickly. They're maybe not normal bodies, because they definitely go up way too fast, but nothing weird happens. The bloated one, it definitely catches on fire, but in the same way that slime did. Like it's almost like it's been dipped in something, and the kind of fire staying on the outside of it. And it's making a hissing, crackling sound that does not quite make sense in the situation. Almost like it's burning fat or like some type of other liquid or something. Almost like putting water into like a hot pan of oil or something. And then it pops. I will give Faustus a chance to react to that. What do you do?
It pops, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to jump back when it does.
All right. Give me a dex check on that.
75. Oh, thank God. 18%.
Yeah, so some kind of liquid splashes out of this, doesn't get to you. But in the kind of burningness of it, you see 10, 20, 30 winged things start streaming out of the pop body. The good news is they're streaming directly into the flames and they're burning up almost instantaneously on contact. But a lot of these somethings are just coming out of this thing. What do you do?
So I'm going to throw down one of the Molotovs and just start running.
Yeah.
I'm ditching the propane tank, and I'm like kind of throwing it close to it. I just start running, and I just start yelling at everyone to get out, get out, get out.
All right.
Athletics check, I'm going to imagine?
Yeah, everyone give me an athletics check.
All the while screaming, cover your neck, cover your neck.
84 out of 32 failure.
27 success.
Do I have to do athletics if I wasn't inside?
You're still in the hall. You're still in the kind of entryway, aren't you? You're not outside the building.
Yeah,
I was already outside the building, wasn't I?
Yeah, you're making the phone call. Yeah, so just need one from Foxtrot if he was inside.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I rolled a 16 success.
Yeah, Faustus and Foxtrot make it out fine. Unfortunately, from Florence, you're a little bit slow. Maybe some of the smoke gets to you. Like the body in the hallway is putting off a lot of smoke. The good news, though, is between it being on fire and the Molotov cocktail, whatever was coming out of it, it's not getting very far. It's hitting the flames almost instantaneously and kind of burning up very quickly. Yeah, it does make just like a thunderous humming sound, though, or maybe a buzzing sound coming from what's there. It's burning, though. It's mostly kind of a weird, like, burning, screeching sound as it's just hitting the flames almost instantaneously. And putting off smoke, you get outside, it smells just terrible as it burns, though.
Oh, yeah, so she got a lot of smoke inhalation, basically. Oh, yeah, she's coughing, like, she's not used to breathing in smoke of any kind. Like, probably coughing so bad that at some point she sits down.
Yeah. Nothing bad happens out of it, just you inhaled a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
From the entrance of the building, is it possible to see, like, the tank and the fire from in the inside? Like, how far? Like, I remember you said it's like something like 100 feet, right?
Yeah, it's deep in, though. You probably can't see the fire. Like, from where you're at, you can see the flickering of the fire, but, like, passerbys wouldn't, like, they'd be looking down into this thing to see it. Maybe the smoke's starting to come out of it, but beyond that, not much yet.
So I wouldn't be able to see the roof torch tank, right?
Inside?
Yeah, because he left. What's it called? Faustus left it in there when he threw the Molotov.
Give me a search.
I rolled a 77 fumble out of 40.
You're pretty sure you know where it is.
Okay, I just can't see it. Like, I can't.
Yeah, but if you're pretty sure you know where it is if you want to go in there.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't go in there. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, like between our coughing, Florence says, "One of you go put the door back on."
You want to go down in there with all that smoke just to put a door down there?
Yes.
All right, who's coming with me?
Another shooter should back you up, so Faustus, keep your heads low and away from the smoke. Just put the door back on and then get out.
Yeah, I'll try to. I'll back you up on this.
Bring fire.
All right, so then, we're gonna. I'm gonna head back in real quick to put the door back on there.
All right, cool.
Faustus is joining me.
What was that?
So I said, so Faustus is following me, right? Like, I'm not going down there by myself. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna attempt to put the door back on there.
All right, so I got bad news. That fumble's gonna carry over a little bit. The smoke is thick, like in there. It's really noxious too. So, Foxtrot, give me a Constitution check.
Rolled at failure, 81.
You are having a real hard time breathing this stuff in. It's quite noxious. The smell is disorienting. You do eventually find the door, but you've breathed in a lot more than maybe you want to. Same goes for Faustus, but to a lesser degree. You gonna try and put the door back on?
I'm gonna head out. I don't want to chance it if I'm already taking in a lot of smoke.
All right.
Well, actually, hold on. Am I already at the door?
Yeah, you found it eventually. Just you were in there for a while.
Okay. I mean, I made it all the way down there. I might as well at least try to put the door on there.
Give me a strength check.
So, 43 success out of 55.
Yeah, so you do manage to get it on, but because of all the smoke you've inhaled, just kind of been here, it's gross. Like, you're feeling a little bit woozy and disoriented. You kind of drop it a little bit too hard, and it comes down hard on your foot. Give me a 1d4.
All right. 3.
It hits your foot hard, and you just take 3 damage right through your boot.
All right. So then after I take my damage, I just get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yep. All right, cool. All right, so everyone's outside this thing. The fire's starting to die down now. It's kind of consumed most of the things that were on fire in there. It still smells not great. You did kind of put a fire outside of this weird gated community in Chicago. Like, someone's probably going to notice that pretty quickly.
You know what? Does one of you more inclined boys want to start a small bonfire somewhere and we'll just leave? And they'll probably think that was that. When whoever shows up, shows up.
I can make that happen.
I'm gonna go get in the car.
All right. And you were planning on making a phone call through all this, right, Francis?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's going on inside. Maybe I'll make a phone call.
Yeah. Let's get a luck roll for that. See what happens.
Sure. Well, luck is obviously my best skill.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah, no, he's got a 99 in luck.
Look at that, 4%.
Yeah, so Miss Pine does pick up. You get through. Agents, what's the situation?
Pines, this is Francis. I think we've got a little bit of a problem on our hands.
Elaborate.
So we were investigating the disappearances of the homeless. We've traced it back to a weird bug infestation. Now, this bug infestation is centered on the Chicago sewer area.
Go on. Well, wouldn't we have more reports of, well, these bugs if it was a citywide epidemic?
Well, I think the sewer. We've only just discovered this. I think that the sewer is only a localized installation, but it certainly could be connected to the rest of the sewer. Yeah, I believe if this gets out of control, it could very easily be a real serious problem. So I just wanted to inform you, see if there's any way we can get just some. Please advise on what we should do in this situation here.
Thank you for checking in on this. This is definitely troubling. Have you identified, I guess, a source point of this by any chance? It sounds like you were just at a location where you encountered something. Do you believe that was the source of all of this, or is it kind of a more spreading problem?
I believe that we've only discovered one infestation so far, located currently under the Peak gated community, which is adjacent to an entrance next to the Park View Park area, whatever the real name of it is. But there's also a possibility it could be at 2 other homeless camps. There could be other infestations there. We'll have to do more deep investigations.
Please do.
And then I'll rattle off the addresses for those, so Miss Pine has them.
Thanks. Excellent. Thank you. If you can confirm that, if you can narrow it down to one of these locations, perhaps we can do something to help. Again, it seems like maybe we're in the early stages of this infestation of some kind. Is it something you think you can maybe still handle, or do you require backup of some kind? Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of agents in your area to really support.
I do believe this is something we can handle. I just ask that if it's possible, if you can get if you can have access to, or see if you can peruse the Chicago sewer system lines, see if they all connect, see if they connect together, or if this if the Parkview area sort of water installation is independent, or if it is connected with the other ones. It could be an excellent help.
I'll see what I can find. You're still staying at the same hotel address, correct?
Yeah, I'll rattle off the hotel address.
Very good. I'll see what I can locate for you. Can you give me more to go off of? Is there a rough idea of where this this infestation point you've encountered was located, so I can use that as a guide back?
I'm sorry. You said like the. Could you repeat that again for me?
You can just give her the name that's in the plaque place and rough location. She can probably find it from there.
Yeah. I give her the address. I give a general description of what we saw in there. How the bugs sort of they use organs to replicate, and it's not just 1 or 2 bugs per corpse. It's many hundreds, and they attack via the neck, a lot like mosquitoes, but it's more of an implanting than just extracting blood.
Unsettling. Is everyone still okay? You made it seem as though you encountered multiple of these bugs. Has anyone been bit or stung yet?
I believe Florence is stung, but she hasn't noticed anything, and I think she's doing all right. I'll keep an eye on her. I did see it. This sort of created a zombie-like creature when it plants itself in the neck.
A multi-stage organism, most troubling, and a host-symbiotic relationship to boot. If you find anything else, Agent, please let us know. If you feel you've handled the situation, please be in touch as well. If things get out of hand, do be in touch. Is that all?
Absolutely. Yep, I will keep you updated. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. Hangs up.
I'll rejoin the other agents.
All right. Yeah, everyone's probably made their way back to the car by this point. We're off to next.
So, here's the thing. We've narrowed things down a lot. We've already spoken with the homeless. Do we want to investigate the other sites? We haven't heard reports of any of the buzzings at other sites. But
no, I think we should go back in there and clear out this infestation as fast as possible. We should go get supplies right now and go back in there.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. Maybe one or two of us should split off and talk to the.
No, we're gonna need all four of us for this. This is a serious. We can always talk to her after this. I mean, this is a serious problem that could.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We don't need to talk to every single one of the homeless camps. There is one camp leader. Can't remember their name right now. But is a camp leader at least.
Spud.
Spud?
Yep.
There is a camp leader.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning the homeless. I was talking about the woman up in Park PQ. But it's fine. Let's go shopping. Get a list together, and then we're going back in there. Let's get our jury rig something for neck protection, and if you're going to use guns, aim for the neck.
Hockey equipment. I think they've got to have something in the lines of neck protector and hockey.
Yeah, that'd work probably.
Gas masks would be really good for the smoke.
Not a bad idea on that one.
Absolutely could have used a rebreather down there.
All right. I think we've got our shopping list.
Yeah.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, it takes a few hours. You find what you're looking for. It's a major city. All that stuff is semi-accessible. So you're going back into the same tunnel you were in previously, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Misfits Pines probably doesn't work this quickly, but we do. I do swing by the hotel just in case if she does leave anything.
Yeah, nothing
there.
for you just yet.
Gotcha.
I'm also going to buy some chalk in case this place turns into a fucking maze.
Okay.
We can follow our chalk marks back.
Sure.
What are you talking about? Just follow the trail of corpses back at me. Come on. Yeah, let's bring the shotguns as well this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's bring shotguns with us this time.
All right. You kind of do your shopping. You grab your gear. You swing by the hotel to see if there's anything, and you head in.
Yeah. Do we need to do anything else before we do this?
I don't think so.
And I don't think off bug spray is really going to help, but
That's I literally was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, real fast, Francis, you want to feel around the back of my neck, see if there's any weird bulges?
Yeah, take a real good look at Florence's neck.
Yeah, everyone's fine.
You sure I poke Florence's neck?
There's a fucking squee inside and she dies.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right.
So we go back to the tunnel.
Going in?
Yeah, does anyone want to do anything before we go in?
Yeah, you got duct tape. You can do that.
So I'm a professional, all right? We buy like headlamps and all that good stuff. We want multiple flashlights for everybody.
All right, let's do this.
All right, how are we going in there? What's the order? I take it we're still gonna have Florence somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, Florence should be holding a torch since she can't shoot for shit.
Hey, I will just point out, it's a lot easier for me to hit with a shotgun than anything else. I mean, yeah, I can hold the torch. I'll just have my shotgun slung over my back.
Gotcha.
All right, I'll cover rear again.
Yeah, so Florence's kind of concern about this thing becoming a maze, it was pretty grounded. You get kind of we'll say like 200-300 yards into this place, and it does indeed go pretty mazy, pretty quickly, branching paths. But you do kind of, as you go farther and farther in, you do eventually come across what looks like, I don't know, a wooden crate of some kind that's been smashed. And it's directly below, kind of looking up, you realize it's below like a manhole cover or something like that.
Am I able to sort of use navigate to determine where we are?
Yeah, that's actually not to say. You can use navigate to try and figure that out.
That's a skill you don't see used very often.
Excuse me, I perfectly drove us to that one place that one time.
That is true.
Look at that, I succeeded again.
God.
Florence Master, Francis the Master Navigator.
Yeah, so you can't tell exactly where you are, but you feel really confident that you're under the peak somewhere.
Gotcha. Do you think if I was looking at like a map, I could determine like maybe like pretty accurately where I was, or if like I'm I'm under the peak.
Well, so you're directly below a manhole cover, and so that maybe shows a list of, like, a location of all manhole covers. That might be able to help you out, but without kind of that reference, it'd be rough. Like, it took several turns to get here.
Since we're under a manhole cover, do we have cell service?
Potentially.
There's probably like an identifying number on this manhole cover around here.
Yeah, I was just gonna pull up the GPS on if we have cell service and see 34 out of 50. Yeah, just pull up a GPS and see where we're planted at.
Gotcha.
Is that right within the gated community? Yeah, Florence just shows everybody and says, "That bitch."
I'll denote whatever sort of numbering for this manhole cover is, if there's anything down here about that. Maybe like
Great.
Yeah, good idea.
Checking out the crate. Rolling a search, and I failed. It's a crate, guys.
Yes, it is indeed a crate, and it's made out of wood. It definitely was broken in its fall. And so on it, there is a shipping label. It does read the peak attention of Victoria O'Neill, and an address there and stuff.
That's the one we were looking for, right? Victoria O'Neill.
Yep.
I did write the name Vicky down, yeah.
Oh, fantastic, you stupid bitch.
I'm going to take the piece off. It says that there's a shipping label on it and pocket that.
Yeah. So you're looking at this, and the box has a bit of a kind of a strange stamp on it. Like, it's almost got like someone like stamped it with like a paintbrush of some kind. It's got like it looks like it's smashed up. You can't quite tell. Maybe it's a flower of some kind, maybe a leaf. Like, it's definitely something organic and planty, but you can't really tell because the box is all smashed up. You could spend some time trying to reassemble the parts, but at a quick glance, you can't quite tell.
Can I take some pictures of it, just that way if I wanted to work on it later, like we can do it from a computer or something. Yeah. So do I have to roll anything to take pictures?
No, you got a phone.
On my phone? Okay. Yeah, so I'll take pictures on the phone.
Is there any any leftovers what was in this box, or is it just like nothing, just box pieces?
The box itself is just kind of smashed. There's some kind of looks like wood chips or something inside of it that may have spilled out of it when it broke. That may have been kind of comforting what was inside of it. But beyond that, nah, not really.
Gotcha.
Is there any scorch marks on the ground from the trail that we lit on fire?
Oh, yeah.
Does it lead to the box?
Yeah, it definitely came through here.
All right.
And that's like the path we've been following through this maze, is the burned silvery stuff.
One of the things that we should do at some point is try to get the security camera footage for that gated community, but let's get a move on.
I keep going deeper?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so maze upon maze upon maze. You're kind of you're following the scorch marks some, but you go a ways in. You probably travel like an hour or two at a minimum kind of thing, and you're still kind of finding stuff. You do eventually kind of find a wayfinding thing, and it's mostly busted up. One of the directions does aim at the warehouse district, one of the kind of few remaining signs. And the scorch marks they've definitely faded off by now because it's been some time since the fire came through, but they do seem to indicate that they are kind of going off in that direction, give or take some.
We need to hurry.
Are they getting bigger, stronger?
The burn marks? Nah, it's also just based on kind of what you know about the general area from being here. It's several miles across town from here or it's a distance from here to the warehouse kind of thing. Like, it's a long distance potentially to do this on foot underground.
Maybe we need to work our way back from the warehouse district.
Do we want to? I mean, we can keep hoofing it here.
I mean, technically, we could pop up in the middle of the residential neighborhood.
Well, the question is how much of a head start it has on us. Could we kind of place how old the sludge was when we first saw it before it got lit on fire?
Yeah, it's been burned. Not really.
Yeah, understandable.
There's not a lot of signs of something having come through here, though, all that recently.
All right. Yeah, I think that following it on foot at this point is probably not very advantageous. It's got such a head start on us. It's probably better that we work our way back from the warehouse district after we bag Victoria.
When you say bag Victoria, do you mean like body bag Victoria, or are we investigating her?
Well, you ask a couple questions and then you put her in the body bag, of course.
Yeah, I was more thinking kidnap, but yeah.
Oh, okay. That I'm a little bit more, I guess, okay with.
Are you? You're a priest.
A little. He's doing some weird shit, and it's one of those things where it's like, hey, rather than randomly murdering some suburban house
I'll believe that justification. You're way off the map at this point. Like, you've gone from being a priest within 24 hours to you just killed a zombie. I get that.
He has reservations.
Oh, sure.
I think that we should take her tonight, if we can.
That sounds like a plan.
Lure her out, catch her on our way out.
Listen, we could just sneak into the gated community. Go right in there. Go to her house. And, take care of it there.
Well, we'd have to cut cameras.
I'm sure there's some legal justification we can whip up for, getting into a gated community as an officer of the law.
Yeah, I don't think there would be an issue with that. I'm just thinking about, well, we're kidnapping her.
Can we falsify a warrant of arrest?
She doesn't have to leave her house. I mean,
well, the thing is if we're on camera and we're the last one seen leaving her house before her husband or children come home and see that she's dead, we're kind of prime suspects.
Who said anything about killing her?
I mean, that's a very big possibility if she resists. I mean, if she's into this kind of stuff, we don't know what else she's into.
True. But if your GPS was right, that manhole cover leads directly into the gated community, correct? So say that we just kind of pop up in the dead of night, or just kind of pop up and or kind of drop her down the manhole. Well, not drop, I'm pretty sure that would break her.
Well, we could see if any of the, if there's anything like any junction box down here in these tunnels that helps with the community up there, if we could tap into that.
wasn't just the security cameras were just around the gate?
From what I saw before, yeah, they were generally around the gate in the entrance area.
So yeah, if we pop up through a manhole cover, we can just walk to her house and take care of it there.
Okay. I'm not very stealthy, I want you to know, but I'm happy to do what you guys want to do.
Well, you could, I guess, if you don't want to be trying to stealth around or anything else like that, you could wait for us underneath this manhole cover. Just kind of keep watch and let us know.
You want her to wait inside this weird zombie-infested manhole cover area.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm probably the worst person to stay behind and guard our exit.
Best way to blend in, especially if we're going in at night, is just walk normal. Like, we're overthinking it. You're already in the neighborhood. Most people are going to assume we're already familiar or belong in the area. Just walk normal. We just head on over and take care of what we need to do. We don't need to complicate things once we're inside. The problem we had before was getting in. If this is our way in, then that takes care of everything.
Let's just double check something. Recalling, did we find out if this woman had any kids?
Yep, she's got 2.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You're right.
Listen, we have to take care of this as soon as possible. We're on a serious time crunch here.
You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're right. Okay. We need masks then.
We have hockey gear. And the gas mask.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, if this woman is really... So obviously this woman is very much behind this. So I think we should take care of that problem, and possibly the husband if we find serious evidence that he's into it. We don't gotta go ahead and murder no kids. No, we'll knock him out.
We need to question her if she knows. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, yes, I get it. Masks on.
Alternatively, we also can just make a call from whatever the kids' schools are, saying that, hey, she needs to stop by the school for some situation or whatnot. If her husband's already kind of caught up in a hot loop of mess or whatever the heck have you, her kids could probably just be a little bit delinquent, and then we'll just abduct her on her way to the school.
I mean, we're coming out here at night.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
The school's calling them at night. Yeah, no.
Might I suggest this then? Well, are we taking her back? Yeah. Never mind. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Francis, we're not dealing with your sweet old grandma here.
No,
we're dealing with a serious monster here that murders homeless people for fun.
I know.
Let's just scope it out. Nothing has to happen specifically right now. Obviously, we don't want to involve the kids. I don't know, what that's going to look like. I don't know about the husband, but let's just go and see what it looks like right now.
Francis is right. We're on a time constraint. We do have to do it now.
Well, then let's just go take a look and see what it looks like right now.
All right, let's go.
Is this still daytime?
It's nighttime right now.
I never said it was nighttime.
I thought we came back when it was nighttime.
No.
Well, no, we went there when it was at night already, wasn't it?
What time is it?
It's like late afternoon at this point, probably getting towards evening.
Oh.
So let's go store our gear. When it hits like, nighttime, we'll go ahead and take care of the problem.
Yeah.
Late afternoon's like 4:00.
Yeah, it's like 5, 6 o'clock at this point. Early evening.
Okay.
To be more accurate.
So we can always take care of the warehouse first and then come back at night.
Might be better to do it now during the day because there's more likely the kids aren't home.
It's a good idea. Let's go ahead and do it now.
Like I said, let's just go take a look.
What's her husband's schedule again? Her husband follows a strict schedule. What is that?
Yeah, we did have his schedule. Is he supposed to be home right now?
No, he's not home right now.
Wait, where in the world did we get that from?
I think that I was looking at his social media and got a critical or something.
It's not like a tangible schedule is the way of thinking of it, but he's very regimented in how he lives his life. Yeah, he's, again, aggressively boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wouldn't be off work yet, even.
Okay.
There's 4 of us. There's 1 of her. We can make this happen.
Yeah. Florence is going to tie her hair up into a bun and put her beanie on. Let's go.
So yeah, we'll go up the manhole.
Yeah, well, you should probably just peek out of it real quick and...
Yeah, of course, right. Well, we'll do like a classic cartoon move where like just the eyes come out of the manhole cover.
Okay, there's one flaw in this plan that I have not addressed yet, but it's that manholes are actually incredibly heavy.
Actually, you'd be surprised. They're a lot easier to push up.
Popping them is easy from the top. Pushing them up from the bottom is a little bit harder.
Actually, no, I'm serious. Like they're easy. They're not like super heavy, but like if you're under them, that's like when it's a lot easier to pull them up. I mean, now I'm not talking like they're like a 40-pound weight.
Yeah, I guess it's the fun trying to do the stealthy. Like, what are you trying to do as part of this? Kind of get out and get around, or just kind of like get enough that you can see out around it?
We're just doing like a peek out first.
Well, only one of us can at a time.
Yeah, there's a ladder. Like, you're not all like okay from clustering at the top and hanging off to look out.
Well, who's the most stealthy out of all of us?
I mean, it's a manhole cover. There's no stealth possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Why don't you take your look?
Manhole covers are only like 150 to 200 pounds. Wait, no.
What?
That's not right.
Only?
I mean, I could technically single arm press that. Ish.
I'm seeing anywhere from like 100 pounds to like
yeah, again, like it's movable. Like in theory, you can like pop it and slide it some, but they're designed to not be easily moved. Is all I'm getting at, kind of thing. Like it's not some.
Oh yeah, from on top of it. But when you're just pushing it out,
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. That's how you can actually do this. Like I'm not saying it's impossible. Just it's not easy.
Well, why don't one of you take a look? See if it's prime time for us to pop up anyways.
Try to do this as indiscriminately as I can.
indiscriminately lifted the manhole cover.
Do I roll a stealth on that?
I want to see a strength on this. I'm actually looking for kind of a critical failure to see if something bad happens as a result of this.
Well, here comes your critical failure. Nope, just a regular failure. 57 out of 55.
You get it open, but you're not stealthy about it, definitely. It makes a sound as you kind of like push and slide metal on kind of pavement. It's not the worst thing in the world, though, either. People aren't noticing you yet.
Are there people even around?
Not that you can tell. Like, it's a housing community. People aren't just kind of out milling about in the early evening, really.
Is this a sidewalk manhole cover or a street manhole cover?
This is a street manhole cover.
Well, let's go.
I climb up to the top and I assist those who are kind of coming up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just pop out of there and I'll just start to walk away, like, kind of thing, to not be there, standing there when that's a thing.
Did you leave the roofing torches down in the tunnel?
Yes.
I think climbing out with those would be kind of hard.
Yeah.
All right.
We probably leave our shotguns too, right? I mean,
yeah, I still have my handguns and all my other normal, like, knives and other stuff. So
I'm gonna see if I can do leave a not like a lip, but you know what I'm talking about, like
a little bit of jar or something. Yeah, no, I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
I think you can definitely do that.